Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the Age of Sigmar Christmas boxes. We have some new battle forces for Age of Sigmar, 7 in total. Let's take a look. We're going to do a full breakdown of the MSRP of all the items in the box. We assume the price is going to be 200, and then we'll give a percentage savings on each box. And that whole breakdown right there, see how much value's in these sets. If you're new to the channel, or if you're interested in Warhammer 40,000, check out the other video for the 40,000 Christmas boxes. And obviously we do daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, all those good old things, daily videos. So here we see the Kruleboyz, Swamp-Lurkers, the Khainite, Slaughter-Coven, the Legion of Grief, the Verminous Host, Stampeding Squigalanche, the Thunderstrike Spearhead, and the Revenant War Grove. So very, very cool. That is for the Orruk Kruleboyz, the Daughters of Khaine, Nighthaunt, Skaven, and then we have the Gloomspite Gitz. We have the Stormcast Eternals, and then finally Sylvaneth as well. So 7 boxes in total. Overall, I have to say a couple of the selections could have been better in my opinion, just because they already got a lot of stuff already this year. I think ones that were already paired in a army box or a battle box should have not also gotten a Christmas box. That's just my opinion. So Christmas is coming. We've already seen this year's new Warhammer 40,000 battle forces. Time to see what's inside the Warhammer Age of Sigmar sets. Whichever Grand Alliance you're a fan of, there's a box for you. So first we have the Daughters of Khaine, the Khainite Slaughter-Coven. So very nice looking box right here. Celebrate Christmas alongside Morathi's apotheosis by unleashing an army of bloodthirsty elves. The Slaughter-Coven is made up of a Slaughter Queen on Cauldron of Blood, which can alternatively be built as a Bloodrack Shrine or Hag Queen on Cauldron of Blood. And then, depending on how you build it, you actually end up with like other models as well that are extra. You also have 5 Melusai Blood Sisters. You can also build those as Blood Stalkers. We have 5 Canary Heartrenders, who can be built as Canary-like Takers, and then 5 Doomfire Warlocks, and 10 Witch Elves, who could be built as Sisters of Slaughter. So it gives you options to spill blood any way you like. So a really nice set right here overall. We see it is a Cauldron of Blood, or the Bloodrack Shrine is $80 MSRP. The 5 Melusai are $60, the Canary are $60, the Doomfire Warlocks are $42, and the Witch Elves are $60. That gives us a total for this box set of $302 MSRP. Assuming this comes in right around $200, which is typically what GW prices these at and seems very likely, that would give us 34% savings. So not one of the better boxes. As a matter of fact, you'll see through the breakdown, this is the worst value box in the entire set. Cool models, nice set, a little bit of everything. A little redundant if you've purchased any of the other Daughters of Khaine stuff this year or recently. But again, nice savings overall, nice set, good core force and everything, but not the best savings. But still, 34%, always nice. Next we have the Orruk Warclans, the Kruleboyz Swamp-Lurkers. Now initially when I saw this box, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan, but it actually has grown on me a little bit. And I'll explain to you exactly why after we take a look at what's inside. This battle force includes 2 legendary heroes, the Swamp Boss Skumdrekk and Gobsprakk, the Mouth of Mork, who can also be built as a Snatchaboss on Sludgebreaker Beast and Killaboss on Corpse Rippa Vulture, respectively. So if you don't want the unique character, you can alternatively build them as just a generic hero. Pretty cool. They're leading 3-man Skewer Boltboyz and 10 Gut Rippers. Whether you like to get up close and personal or sit back and shoot, you'll be dishing out loads of mortal wounds thanks to the Kruleboyz venom-encrusted weapons. So initially in this box set, it's a little light on models. It has one really big model and then another equally big but less expensive model, and then just 13 infantrymen. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, we know Dominion came out semi-recently, and there's a billion copies of that, and you can pick up tons and tons of the Kruleboyz infantry, whether you want some of the, more gut rippers with the spears and shields, or whether you want some of the little goblins, the hobgrots, etc. Also, there's other heroes. There's tons of other stuff in that set, and you can pick up that entire box set with the Stormcast for like $100 with the rulebook, the whole deal. So I look at that as basically your starting force, and then this the expansion. And I think for an expansion, this isn't bad. So if we do the actual breakdown, you're going to get Swamp Boss Skumdrekk is $60. The Gobsprak Mouth of Mork is $150. The 3-man skill Boltboyz are $50. And then 10 Gut Rippers are $55. That gives you a total of $315 in models, MSRP, and that is 36% savings. So not bad. Again, the composition initially doesn't look great, but the fact that it has 2 big beasts in it is good because, you know, honestly, it's so easy and so cheap to get those Kruleboyz from the starter set. Anything else would have been a little redundant. Now, it is still a little redundant with 10 Gut Rippers, but these have the close combat weapons, not the spears, which is different. And then also, you know, a little redundant with the Man-Skill Boltboyz, but they are really good, so I can understand why you put more of them in there. Next, we have the Gloomspite Gitz, the Stampeding Squigalanche. So obviously, this is by far the best name of any of them. There's just something about a Squigalanche that's both cool and also frightening. So what's the most Christmassy sound? Jingle bells. The red goblin sneaking down the chimney. Now it's a bunch of squigs all going boing. The Squigalanche consists of a loon boss on giant cave squig, 2 mangler squigs who can be ridden by loon bosses, 10 squig hoppers who can be assembled as boingrot bounders, and 12 strong squig herd. Don't let the randomness fool you. There's a lot of gnashing teeth in this army. So just the full breakdown for the Gitz here. So we have the loon boss on giant squig is $38. The mangler squigs are $85 each. 10 squig hoppers are $55, and then the 12 squig herd, it's 10 squigs, and then 2 of their little buddies for $50, and that comes out to a total of $313, 36% savings. So again, right around where the Orruks are at. Not a bad set, pretty cool. Lots of big and cool squigs in this set. I have to say this is pretty cool. Again, 2 of the same model, but you can play them differently by choosing 2 or not to put loon bosses on top. I have to say, nice box overall. Not amazing, but nice box. So next we have the Skaven. So the Skaven box here is called the Verminous Host. Praise be to the horned rat who has sent his children to overwhelm any that would stand in their way, and has probably steal their presents too. This new battle force rings in Christmas with a Grey Seer on Screaming Bell, which can also be built as a Plague Priest on Plague Furnace, a Warlock Bombardier, 3 Storm Fiends, a whooping 40 Clan Rats, and 40 Plague Monks. Tie your enemies down with expendable troops before finishing them off with the mighty Storm Fiends, and a perfect plan. Yes, yes. So for the Verminous Host here, we'll find that this one is actually the best value overall. Oh, I'm sorry, second best, but really good value overall. The Screaming Bell is $70. The Warlock Bombardier is $30. 3 Storm Fiends are $70. And then the Clan Rats come in 20s. So it's $42 plus $42. And then the Plague Monks come in 20s also. So again, $42 plus $42 for a total of $338 and 41% savings over MSRP. So a really good deal here over just buying these individual kits. Now the question is, do you need 40 Clan Rats or do you need 40 Plague Monks? You know, would you rather have different stuff in this box? Again, I think it's a little on the redundant side. I would have rather seen them pull out like 20 and 20 of the troops and then put something else in there. Would have been cool to see like a Vermin Lord in the set. Again, a little redundant compared to some of the sets that came out earlier in this year or compared to the like box set for them. So good deal. $338 MSRP, 41% savings. Maybe not the best composition. Probably good in game terms, but not the best if you already have any Skaven. Now, if you don't and you're just starting from scratch, it's probably a really nice set right here. Next, we have the Nighthaunt Legion of Grief. So pretty cool looking box right here. Very cool paint jobs. You won't feel any grief if you pick up this box, which is packed with enough ethereal spirits to haunt the mortal realms in the name of Christmas past, present, and Christmas yet to come. Inside, you'll find Lady Oleander, the Mortarch of Grief, a Black Coach, 10 Bladegast Revenants, 10 Dreadscythe Harridans, and 10 Grimghast Reapers. While you're out dominating the realms with this powerful army, don't forget to send us a ghost card. Ha ha ha. So for the Nighthaunt here, we have Lady Oleander, $50. The Black Coach is $130. 10 Bladegast Revenants is $50. 10 Dreadscythe Harridans, $50. And 10 Grimghast Reapers, $50 again. So we have a total of $330 MSRP and a savings of 39.5%. So not bad here. 39.5% savings, almost 40%. It's nice to see the coach in a box set. We've never seen that before, at least that I can think of. And again, nice little variety of troops. And then Lady Oleander finishing off for a nice value, a good force right here as well. Probably going to want some chain gas in here. So next we have the Sylvaneth, the Revenant Wargrove. So Revenant Wargrove, really cool looking. Again, really nicely painted right here. So let's take a look at the composition and have a talk about it. From the Spectres of Death to the Guardians of Life, the Revenant Wargrove box includes a whole army of very angry Christmas trees. Dryka Hammerdeath leads 2 Tree Lords, which can alternatively be built as Spirit of Durthru or Tree Lord Ancient, 10 Spite Revenants, which can be built as Tree Revenants, and 16 Sylvaneth Dryads. You'll be putting so much smackdown on your enemies, they'll be desperate to sign a treaty. Get it? Treaty? So here we have this setup here. So my main complaint with this set is it's a little redundant. And I don't mean the actual set itself necessarily, but obviously for a long time we had the box set, the starter, which was 16 Dryads and a Tree Lord with some other stuff. And then we just got the new box set, which has, again, a Tree Lord and then some Revenants in it and some other stuff. So if you have either one of those, you're going to end up with a lot of duplicates. The fact of the matter is anybody that already has any Sylvaneth probably has at least one Tree Lord already. You can build them 3 different ways, but you're probably not going to want 3 or more Tree Lords in your army. So if you have any Sylvaneth already, this might be a little redundant. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice box set. If you were just starting off right now, I think this is a pretty good force to get rolling with. Probably the best we've seen for Sylvaneth in a long time. And spoiler alert, it's the best value. So we have Dryka Hammerdeath, or however you say it, $60 for her. We have 2 Tree Lords, $70 each for them. We have 10 Revenants, which come in 5, so it's 50 and 50. And then we have 16 Dryads for a total of 50 as well. So that's a total of $350 MSRP and 43% savings. So, assuming this comes in at $200, this is 43% off MSRP. Really, really good deal. The best of all the Sigmar and 40k sets total. And again, I got to say, really nice composition. This is a really nice army. Now, are they going to be very competitive? Probably not on like the actual competitive scene, but super cool models, super cool army, and really nice box set and bargain. And then last but not least, we have the Stormcast Eternals Thunderstrike Spearhead. So very cool right here. Nice backdrop. Finally, it's not Christmas without the golden-clad warriors of the God King. Start your own Dawnbringer Crusade with a Knight Relictor, 3 heavy-armed Annihilators, 10 Vanquishers, and 10 Vigilers armed with Stormcaller bows. Finally, there's a pair of swift and deadly Stormdrake guards, one of which can alternatively be built as a Knight Draconis. So for the Stormcast here, a nice set overall. Let's keep in mind the same thing as the Kruleboyz. We'll just assume that anyone that is purchasing this or has the option to would essentially be able to get half of that Dominion set for super, super cheap. As that whole Dominion set's $100 right now with like a $60 rulebook and 2 armies. Half that set you can easily get for like 60 or $70. So assuming you already have half of that Dominion set, you already have a nice Stormcast force to get started with here. And then on top of that, 3 more Annihilators. This is the full kit, so that's cool. Never bad to have 6 Annihilators. And then obviously having some extra range with your bows, and then obviously the Swordman as well. And then super cool to have another character and the Stormdrake Guard. So I have to say overall this is a nice box set. And again, complements the starter set pretty good. Not too much redundancy, just the Annihilators. And you may want to build the Annihilators with the hammers like we see pictured here versus the the hammer and shield Annihilators. So just doing the breakdown on price and value here, we have the Knight Relictor, $30 for him. 3 Annihilators, the full kit's $55. 10 Vanquishers, $60. 10 Vigilers, $60. And then the Stormdrake Guards, $115 for that kit. So we have a total of $325 MSRP and 38.5% savings. So almost 40% off for this one as well. And again, I do think this is a nice box. It complements the half of the Dominion box really nicely as well. So great value here also. And then if you're already started writing your Christmas list, make sure you let your friends, family, and patron chaos deity know which of these boxes you like to see under the tree on the big day. In the meantime, check out the new Red Gobbo t-shirts and hoodie so you're ready for the Christmas revolution. So really cool here. Some real nice boxes. Obviously some excellent value. We know the best savings over retail is the Sylvaneth box. Close second with the Skaven as well. And then we know the worst deal is the Daughters of Khaine. But all of these boxes are really nice. So I guess my main gripe with this is that we saw a lot of these factions already in at least one box this year, or they just got a Vanguard box. So I would have liked to see a little more diversity in that, but I think overall they did well. All these boxes are nice and good savings and a good place to start. Great Christmas present. Make sure to let me know down below which of these boxes you're super excited about. Are you into the Sigmar ones, the 40k ones? Is it a tough decision as to which ones you will be picking up? What do you think about the value of them? Obviously, we see some big savings, some over 40%. And then if you are into the daily videos, reactions, reviews, and news, or you haven't checked out the playlist for painting, modeling, conversion, magnetization tutorials, make sure to check those out. We do daily videos for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy, pretty much any of the Games Workshop games. And that's it for today. If you didn't like and subscribe already, make sure you do that on the way out. Check out the 40k version of this video. And that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.